everyone, and welcome to another episode of Everyday Black History. Now, today on Everyday Black History, we're going to be highlighting a woman by the name of Gloria Long Anderson, or should I say Dr. Gloria Long Anderson. And Dr. Gloria Long Anderson is a professor, a scientist, inventor, academic, and a chemist. She is the professor of chemistry at Morris Brown College, and she is also known for her studies of fluorine 19, which is an isotope, and solid rocket propellants. Her research has been used and applied in a variety of fields, which we will get into a little bit later. But for now, let's go into a little background history on Dr. Gloria Long Anderson. She was born November 5th, 1938 in Arkansas, where she was raised. And she's the daughter of Elsie and Charlie Long, who are sharecroppers with a 10th and a 3rd grade education. She's the 4th child of 6 children, and she's the only girl. But her parents, despite their limited education, they prioritized education for her, and she learned how to read when she was the age of 4. Now, her father was a farmer and a janitor, and her mother was a domestic worker and a seamstress. And so, because of their limited education, they saw the importance for their children to be educated so they can get further in life. She attended segregated public schools, which was the norm during that time, and she was such a good student that she was skipped a few times, and she was able to graduate high school at the age of 16 in 1954. She received the Rockefeller Fellowship between 1956 and 1958 and graduated as the valedictorian from Arkansas Agricultural, Mechanical, and Normal College in 1958, summa cum laude with a degree in chemistry. Though she was accepted to graduate school at Stanford University because of lack of funding, she was unable to study there, and she was also rejected from a position at another company strictly because she was African American. So during this time, she decided to teach 7th grade at a school in Arkansas before she decided to accept a teaching assistantship at Atlanta University, where she entered into their master's program. She almost dropped out of her master's program, but toughed it out and got her master's degree in chemistry at Atlanta University in 1961 with a thesis on novel synthesis of butadiene. And butadiene is a colorless gas that can be easily condensed into a liquid. So that's what she based her thesis on. After that, she taught at South Carolina State College and then moved to Morehouse College, where she spent 2 years there working and teaching chemistry. Now, it was at the University of Chicago in 1965 when she began her doctoral studies that her scientific career and discoveries started to become more known. She worked at the University of Chicago on the nuclear magnetic resonance and CF infrared frequency shifts of fluorine 19, which, as we mentioned, is an isotope. And her research on that, led to a lot of different discoveries in a lot of different other fields. But while she was at the University of Chicago going for her doctorate, she tutored white women there who were chemistry students as well. And she received her physical organic chemistry degree, her chemistry PhD in 1968, where she then became the associate professor and chair at Morris Brown College's Department of Chemistry. Throughout her time at Morris Brown, she moved up from being a professor of chemistry to serving as the dean of academic affairs. Also, she was even the interim president at Morris Brown twice, from 92 to 93, and then again in 1998. And she was also the dean of science and technology from 95 to 97 at Morris Brown. As of 2009, since 1999, as of 2009, as we know, she is still the Fuller E. Calloway Professor of Chemistry at Morris Brown University. Now, throughout her career, her research has continued on fluorine 19 and its interactions with other atoms, using it to probe synthesis reactions. Her research has also covered, as we mentioned, solid fuel rocket propellants, antiviral drug synthesis, fluoridated pharmaceutical compounds, and substituted amantadines. And amantadine is a is a drug that's used to treat Parkinson's disease as well as multiple sclerosis. So her research and her breakthroughs were used in a lot of different fields and no doubt helped a lot of people. Um, she also was appointed by President Richard Nixon for a 6-year term on the Corporate Public Broadcasting Board in 1972, where she served as a chair for women, minorities, and human resource groups, and later as the vice chair of the board from 77 to 79. She also received 2 patents, one she received in 2001 and the other she received in 2009. So just looking at her varied career as a professor, teaching, no doubt influencing many, many young minds to get into this science and technology fields. As a scientist and chemist, her research has been used in other fields, as we mentioned, for antiviral drugs, which no doubt help a lot of people, solid rocket propellants, and other things that we mentioned, and even her inventions. So no doubt she's touched a lot of people and changed a lot of lives. A perfect example of who we like to highlight here on Everyday Black History. So Dr. Gloria Long Anderson, we thank you for your contribution to Black history and Black culture, and we salute you. Please continue to tune in and check out my other YouTube videos on Everyday Black History. We're also on Instagram, Everyday Black History, Twitter, Everyday Black History, Facebook, Everyday Black History, as well as the podcast, Everyday Black History, that can be found on anywhere where you listen to podcasts. Spotify, iTunes, Google, etc., etc. So please continue to support and stay tuned for the next episode.